Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Wiki Comic Book Roundup. We are definitely over the hump, so let's get started. Kicking this off, we've got Avengers: War Across Time, number 2. Where we left off, the Avengers had to deal with a Hulk robot that was powered by the Hulk's gamma-radiated heart, sent from the future by Kang. They dealt with it, but have come to realize that yes, they had to deal with that. Kang was behind it. So they figure, well, Kang's not attacking us directly, so it means we have to go after him in the future. But this was early days of the Avengers, so they don't. It's not they can just open up the Rolodex and say, okay, who's got access to time travel? No, they have to be a bit more. They have to do a bit more looking, and so they go to the Baxter Building. Just as Mailman Willie Lumpkin's showing up. Turns out the FF are out of town, though. But they get in and have to deal with the FF security, which takes some doing, but they manage to do so, and they find Doom's time platform. Thor hits it with some lightning, but nothing seems to happen. And so, Earth's mightiest heroes leave. And Willie Lumpkin sets the mail down near the time platform, and the package falls out and activates it. And bringing forth Sindri, the Dwarf King Sindri, to the Baxter Building. He sniffs at some of the debris and catches it at the floor. As well, Thor has brought me here. Well, but weapons made of metal don't seem to have much effect on him. Thor and Sindri fight while a young photographer snaps a few pictures, hoping to sell them to the Daily Bugle. When the rest of the Avengers arrive on the scene to assist Thor. However, during the fight, Thor throws Mjolnir at Sindri, who catches it, as apparently Sindri forged Mjolnir and can wield it as easily as Thor. And that is where the issue ends. This is a fun little book, and I have to say that I kind of appreciate the idea of this being written by Paul Levitz, because something that often happens anymore when you get a miniseries or one shot that's set back in the early days of a title is it tends to be written, well, like a modern comic, as opposed to, the cheesiness and hamminess, and well, maybe the more problematic, some of the less problematic concepts from the Silver Age being utilized just as as though they were the norms. But this isn't so far. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the fact that they kind of said, "Oh yes, we're going after Kang, so let's in the middle of this fight an Asgardian villain." Like maybe focus on Kang, but oh well. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Black Panther number 14. Where we left off, Namor had arrived, offering his assistance to T'Challa after T'Challa's attempt the latest attempt to stop Jahai had been stopped by, well, everybody who wasn't Jahai. Black Panther and smacks the Namor around a little bit, but is stopped by the Prime Minister's assistant, who has a real-time holo communicator, who's from of the link to the Prime Minister, who says, "Hey, yeah, we just signed a peace treaty. They're with us." Also, she exiles T'Challa, which Namor finds ridiculously funny. But the plans have somewhat changed, and but only to a degree. The plan is still to take on for an assault on Jahai. Plans are set in motion. And Jahai activates the Hiroshima Code, but it's been stopped from actually doing anything by Shuri. And so, Black Panther's strike teams go after, well, go after Jahai and his forces, taking them down, and leading to what will, of course, be the final confrontation between T'Challa and Jahai, though T'Challa, before running off to this confrontation, makes a point of saying goodbye to Captain America. And that is where the issue ends. I believe next month's issue, number 15, will be the finale of John Ridley's run on Black Panther. And there are those who say not a moment too soon. In fact, maybe not soon enough. There have been aspects of the run I've liked, but yeah, I think there. I don't know. I can definitely see why people are saying that the book doesn't click. Anyway, moving on to those who are in the next book, we've got Captain America: Symbol of Truth, number 10. Where we left off, Captain America and Nomad were in Wakanda trying to stop the White Wolf and help the Wakandan resistance, while Cap's partner Falcon had undergone mutations and had returned to his returned home. Apparently, it seems he may have those mutations, having followed him, may have led to him harming his family. In Mohanda, Falcon shows up, attacking Sam, accusing him of having abandoned him. But Nomad and Cap deal with the new threat, and also with taking on the White Wolf, who has suited up in his basically changed from his flashy suit and tie to a more outfit more suitable for superpowered combat. While Falcon and Cap duke it out, the Resistance make their way to Parliament. Though, and Cap has to wonder just how bad things got. Though we learn that Joaquin's family was not harmed by Joaquin. He spared them. But the issue ends with Sam tossing his shield to Nomad and saying he's going to kill the White Wolf. They're definitely heating up. I know we're barreling towards a crossover between the two Captain America titles. We'll have to see where that... I get the feeling we're going to get a reveal that White Wolf was being somehow backed, somewhat at least, by members of the Outer Circle. The Power, I would assume. Or maybe the War. We'll find out. Moving on, though, to our last book for the moment, we've got Secret Invasion number 4. Where we left off, Maria Hill, having learned that Tony Stark was working with Skrulls, admittedly, these were Skrulls that, wanted to help, not hurt Earth. Maria killed them. All of them. The Skrulls working with Tony, that is. And she relates this to her Skrull prisoner aboard the CIA helicarrier. And in fact even dumps their bodies in front of her prisoner's cells so she can see. See? They're dead. I killed them. Let's also say that Tony Stark is being is in holding, charged with sedition, treason, and whatever else she can she can find that'll stick. With Maria adding that she basically doing this not for interrogation purposes but to basically mess with her prisoner's head. And they refine the blood tests have gotten better. She says, "Hey, is there anyone we should be really zeroing in on?" When Iron Man shows up. He got free, suited up, and has gone after Maria. And Tony's trying to free her prisoner, but, apparently, of course, there's a deterrent that the government has for Iron Man. It's an Iron Man armor. And so Maria and Tony duke it out armor to armor, but Tony does some damage to the helicarrier, freeing Maria's prisoner. She gets out of the armor, goes after her prisoner, jumping from the helicarrier. But, may have taken some work. But Maria is now the prisoner and is delivered to the Third Imperial Bank of Commerce in Nebraska, where Nick Fury is also being held by Skrulls. That is where the issue ends. This is I won't call it fun, but interesting little miniseries so far. It's interesting to note the similarities between Maria Hill and Abigail Brand. Both are very Earth-focused, though I think goals and outcomes are polar opposites. Whereas Brand wants to see Earth be the intergalactic power, Maria Hill wishes to protect Earth from threats, both intergalactic and terrestrial. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying Live long and rock hard.